Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your stack of information and turn it into instant expertise.
Today we are zeroing in on a really specific piece of AV equipment.
Yeah, this one acts like a true universal translator, especially in that tricky space between digital and analog. We're doing a deep dive on the tvONE 1T-FC-326. It's an HDMI to YPbPr format converter and switcher, a 2x1.
And our mission really is to figure out why this converter isn't just, another cheap box you'd find online.
Right.
We need to get how it bridges that gap between, say, a modern 1080p source and some legacy analog display, so no screen gets left behind.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Our source material gives us this great analogy.
Yeah, the dinner party.
Dinner party one. So imagine you have two guests speaking this ultra-modern digital language,
right?
HDMI, maybe a PS5 and an Apple TV.
Okay.
This device is the translator that takes their stories and just perfectly converts them into the analog language for the older equipment.
And that analog language is component video, or YPbPr.
Exactly.
But this isn't a simple handshake. I mean, technically, it's taking an encrypted digital signal. It's compliant with HDMI 1.2a, HDCP 1.1.
All the content protection stuff.
All the protection, and turning it into analog YPbPr. And what's so critical for the quality is that YPbPr separates the brightness, the Y, from the color information.
The PIB and PR.
The PIB and PR. And keeping that separation accurate across all resolutions, SD and HD, that's what makes this thing specialized hardware.
Which brings us to the big question, because at $345, this is a serious investment.
It is.
What does this box do that a, generic $50 converter just fails at?
It's all about reliability and function for a very specific user. First, just structurally, it's a 2x1 switcher.
So you plug in two sources.
Yep, plug in two, and you select one to send out to that single analog connection with the 3 RCA connectors.
But the cheap boxes, they might drop the resolution or just
yeah,
fail.
They often do, especially with complex signals. This one is engineered for high bandwidth and guaranteed compliance.
Okay, I think I'm seeing the high-value insight here.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the video, is it? Let's talk about the audio.
No, not at all. It intelligently de-embeds the audio from the HDMI stream. That gives you real flexibility in a professional setup.
So you get two separate audio outputs.
Two, you get your standard analog stereo on 2 RCA connectors, and you also get a separate coaxial digital SPDIF output.
Wow. Okay, so you could send video to an old projector, but pipe pure digital audio to a brand new sound system.
That's the idea, total flexibility.
The whole device just seems aimed at institutional use, not really for home consumers.
Oh, absolutely. When you look at the controls and the security features, it screams that.
You can control it from the front panel or a remote, and you get LEDs that show the active input and if HDCP is engaged.
But here's what's fascinating. The physical reliability. This unit accepts both standard HDMI connectors and locking ones.
Yeah, locking connectors. Anyone who's worked in a data center knows that feeling of dread.
Exactly. The panic when a crucial cable gets accidentally pulled. Locking connectors they prevent that.
And the power connector locks, too.
The DC power connector is also a locking type. It's all about ensuring robust performance, even in a, high-traffic environment.
But so let's get to the logistics. The price is $345. That includes free shipping in the USA and lifetime support.
Plus a solid 3-year limited warranty. So those pro-grade features, the locking parts, the guaranteed conversion, that's where the price comes from.
Oh, we can connect this to the bigger picture by looking at who gets discounts.
Right. The special pricing is for accounts tied to government, schools, universities, the military.
Anything ending in edu, gov.mil, or .org.
It confirms this is dedicated institutional-grade gear.
But there is one really critical piece of fine print here that stands out for you, the person thinking about buying this. This product is non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable, period.
And that raises a really important question. The value is clear, right? Securely handling digital sources, converting them to analog, separate audio, physical security.
So what does this actually mean for you? If this piece of equipment is non-returnable, it confirms that digital to analog translation is just incredibly complex.
It's not plug and play like HDMI to HDMI.
Yeah, you're translating specific color spaces, sync timings. If your legacy display is even slightly out of spec, that $345 investment.
The paperweight.
It's a paperweight. It forces you to verify everything, everything, before you click buy.
Which leaves us with a provocative thought. In an age where you can return almost any piece of consumer tech, no questions asked.
Yeah.
The non-return policy on this device reveals the true difficulty of making the digital past and the analog present play nice. It makes you wonder, how much complexity is really hidden inside those cheap converters you see online?
Something to think about, for sure.